I will do the countdown for those who are just joining us. Mark, I do weird stuff when I do the countdown, so we may get accidentally thrown in at a three instead of a one. So we're gonna go in this many, one of these, some of this, one of these, a little bit of that, and hello, and welcome to our Marvel Multiverse TTRPG actual play in the Marvel Universe 604 system. As a warning, though this is a heroic game, there will be some tense situations. There may be situations that you as a viewer find to be too much. If that happens, please pause and step away. Our streams will always be available on YouTube after the game, so you can always come back to an episode if you feel ready, or you can skip the episode entirely. So, click off of that, which lassoed all my highlights. And it's time to introduce our heroes. So I can only go because I have my shared screen stuff set up. I can only go by the recommendation on this particular list over to my right, probably your left. Who knows? Let's start off with Siren.
Hi, my name is Cosmic. I will be playing Siren, your chair impersonator of the week.
Next up is Northern Pike.
Hello, my name is Joanna, and I'm going to be playing Jillian Jones for you today, whose code name is Northern Pike.
Next up is Karma, returning to us.
Hello, I'm Leona Mila Maple. Today I will be playing Nadira Adnani, also known as Karma.
And next up is Omen.
Hello, my name is Alain, and I am playing Omen Insight, your friendly neighborhood, just do well kind of kid who also happens to have a magical power that he is not entirely in control of. Word.
It'll never go wrong.
I mean, there's a little bit of control there.
We're gonna
Sort
live
of.
forever.
Yeah. That's him. I'm sure that's him. Everything's fine.
Finally, for our heroes, will be Pinnacle.
Hello, I'm Darryl, and I'll be playing Pinnacle, who felt pain for the first time and is wrapping his head around the fact that people feel this on a regular basis. And that's
Yes,
weird to him.
that is true. And joining us for this particular episode is Mark. Mark, introduce yourself.
Hello, I'm Mark Meer. I do voices in video games, and also I like RPGs. I'll be playing someone secret for
Just
now.
say redacted for the moment.
Redacted. I'll be playing
Yeah.
Redacted.
So, quick acknowledgement to everyone who wrote as part of the Marvel Multiverse TTRPG. It is an amazing system. It's super fun. We are checking it out on Demiplane, which is an amazing resource for anybody who wants to play a bunch of the games that are listed on there. There's Alien, there's Marvel, there's Vampire the Masquerade, which I apparently know something about. There's Hunter. There's a whole bunch of other games on there. It is super fun. It has character builders. You can help out. And to all of the creatives, the artists, the inkers, the writers, everybody who has participated in creating Marvel Comics or the Marvel MCU, it is amazing and the inspiration for all of the stuff that we are doing here today. So let's get into the game itself. As as everyone who saw the last episode will recall, but if you are just joining us, our heroes showed up after being assembled by Department H. They got together and came across, after getting an alert, the AIM, let's just say goons, the stooges for AIM, were being attacked by Hydra, of all people, and the heroes had to make sure that the fight didn't destroy too much of the city. So they beat up and restrained all of the AIM and Hydra agents at street level. Then, in the last episode, they went into the bank itself. The bank they quickly discovered was a front for advanced idea mechanics, and they quickly dispatched a few more AIM agents and let Department H know that they should come and collect them. But we have here in this particular hallway the heroes defeated all 4 of those AIM agents that are there and came across, oh, yo, this scene, which is a electrical field, is a portal. Trouble. There we go. There's a portal that's in there.
See, this is why we can't have nice stuff. People just
And
unlocking portals.
there are a bunch of AIM agents in this particular room that you can see that are surrounding technology and they're surrounding the portal, but they don't seem they don't seem to be, it doesn't seem like they want this portal to be open. Seems like they are kind of tense at the fact that the portal is open. In fact, these two, whoa, that was probably my bad. These two scientists here, and this scientist is just about to go up to, I don't have control over that scientist, but this scientist is going up. Looks like they're about to touch the portal or the electrical field generators that are here.
This is how Doom started. What is wrong with AIM?
So, heroes, what are you going to be doing now that you are over here looking at this particular?
So, do they seem reluctant about the portal, or just like is this like we're doing our jobs and we don't like it type of thing? Like, what's
There's
the
a
vibe?
there's a bunch of mumbling going on with them,
Hmm.
and it is like a bunch of them are kind of running to and fro, running up to try to be like, well, what is going on? And then this particular AIM agent comes up, and they're trying hitting buttons at random, and they don't know what's going on.
Oh, okay, interesting.
Huh.
What is that video play? Sorry, I got distracted by how great this freaking set is, Alain. Trying to figure out what the hell's on that monitor down
Please.
there.
Who has time? Live in the scene. In the scene. We're here
They're
now.
watching the '99 The Mummy movie.
Yeah.
Would
Yeah.
would anybody be
You're-
opposed to Northern Pike reaching out and kind of just tapping one of them on the shoulder?
No, I
Or
say
do
go
we-
for it.
Follow your bliss.
All right. I think Northern Pike is going to use her extended reach and flexible fingers and just reach out, not with water, of course, because there's too much electricity things going on here, and kind of just tap, 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 tap. Maybe that middle agent there on the
This guy?
shoulder. Yep. And say,
Okay.
Yellow, hey there. What you up to?
So that is well within your reach. I think we determined Northern Pike has a. Let me just double check here. I believe it is a 15 area reach on the
10 times normal.
10 times normal. Yeah, so it'd be like actually 50. Holy cow. That is quite the reach. Okay, yeah, so it'd be like 10 squares. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That's well within your reach. So you tap this particular scientist, the AIM scientist, on the shoulder, and you were saying, sorry, what was it again?
Hey there, what's up? What you
So they
doing?
they turn around and they are like, what? What What are you?
She
And
pulls back, of
as-
course.
As they turn around, in typical comic book fashion, you see that they knock a glass of what can only be described as coffee all over the console, and
Oh.
there is sparking and kind of little electricity blasts, and then that is when our special guest arrives.
Advanced idea mechanics, but they kept coffee on the console. Amateur hour.
I
Amateur
What
hour.
type of
actually,
coffee?
I actually have a very important question. Yeah, kind of going into what Mikyla is asking. What like what's AIM's coffee game like here?
Oh, it's just horrible coffee. This is like, it's not even
Dunkin'
like
Donuts.
it's Tim Hortons.
Ugh,
It's like
yuck. You could tell AIM is not Canadian. They're
so this would be if we can get the special guest to appear.
yes, indeed.
And we're going cinematic. Dun, dun, dun.
Oh, we've gone 16 by 9.
Nolan's directing this.
And there he is. You see before you, and I'll flash this up on the screen in some manner way of like. Meanwhile, you see Graviton appear.
Oh, God, I got it right.
For everybody playing the home game, the players who are part of the game regularly were trying to figure out who it was, and we gave the hint that it was a Canadian, and then Darryl actually speculated that this is Graviton, and I'm like, would I do that? Would I do that?
Look,
Yes.
there's
The
enough
answer is
villains out
yes.
there. There's enough villains out there that it could have been anyone. But
So
of course, you gave us a god.
Graviton appears through the portal.
Oh crap.
No.
Question: do we, in this universe at least, in 604, do we know whom Graviton is? Like just from the face, is there a version of Graviton that already exists or existed here?
You would actually know. Yeah. Graviton has had run-ins with the Avengers in the past. He dropped the Daily Bugle on Spider-Man at one point.
Okay.
You know, like he's definitely a recognizable supervillain-esque figure.
Okay, just making sure specifically for for Earth 604. Wait, no, that's for Universe 604. You just hear under Pinnacle's mask.
I
I
don't think Pinnacle gets like ruffled that easily.
Yeah.
No.
Right?
Oh, you weren't here for him growling because he got
his herming.
He got very
his herming
confused.
all over the place.
Yeah,
He got very confused, so he just started growling, trying to get his thoughts together. That's what he goes to. So he
Fair
sees
enough.
Graviton appeared through this portal, and you just hear,
Pinnacle got an ouchie.
Omen asks, that looks bad. Is that bad? That looks
That's
bad.
That's bad.
Pretty sure that's bad.
Bad.
That's
Bad.
bad.
I'm
Okay.
pretty, yeah,
Okay.
I think
Just
so.
checking. Just
think
like
so.
we'll file that under bad.
That's Graviton.
Can confirm. That's Graviton.
Okay.
I'm
where
gonna feel more pain.
where did he just come from?
And
can
why is
I
he here?
can I make like some kind of check to determine the nature of the portal?
Sure. Let's do a logic check.
Cool. Let's see.
Pinnacle, this is Omen Insight here.
Logic. We're gonna call this
Demiplane. For all of your character needs.
We're gonna call this a non-combat check.
Yeah.
Okay.
Or just click
Here
on
we
the
are.
ability score.
Yeah, I got you there. My result is 10.
You have no
now,
idea.
Now, hear me out. Okay, I know that I know that this is a game that where it's like I blasted a dude with a spell that dealt like 58. I know how this game scales things, or at least I have an idea of it. But where I come from, 10's not so bad. I'm just saying,
Ordinarily,
like,
yes. However,
You tried.
Sorry, gang, I tried.
yeah, there was an attempt.
An attempt was
This,
made.
yeah,
Indeed.
this just seems like because Omen has opened portals before, most
Yeah.
notably on the street where he accidentally dropped an AIM agent to a different dimension to
That
be
wasn't an accident.
to be
What?
returned at some point in time later as like a massive villain. But
Probably.
you've seen portals before, but this doesn't seem like any portal that you have seen. Like you ordinarily have like the kind of diamond kind of uh America Chavez, like this, instead of the stars you have the
Yeah.
diamonds appear
Yeah.
in all the around the portal itself. Like this doesn't seem anything like that. This seems kind of like it's rippling and it's like bubbling. Seems like it's
This is technology, correct? Could
this is in fact technology, yes.
I don't
Oh.
I don't want a metagame, but I do because this is a bunch of technology and I do have gearhead. Can I just kind of figure this out? Or at least try to figure out how to close it and suck this guy back into the portal. Hey, how can I
If you
negate the
want.
guest being here?
No.
Love you, Mark.
Mission accomplished. Nat 20, everybody. Yeah.
And that's that.
He hasn't even spoken yet. What are we doing?
I'm just like, yeah, that let's.
Northern Pike, use your water powers to suck out all the coffee from the console.
But
I'm so
few
scared.
points. First, do a logic check for Pinnacle, and second, due to the transformative nature of Tim Hortons coffee, that is no longer water, so her powers will not apply.
It's more of a sludge.
Yeah.
I've never been to a Tim Hortons, so I'll take your word for it. I
Think
also
Dunkin'.
don't drink coffee. I also don't drink coffee.
Oh, never mind then.
We're never
I'm
gonna
one of
get
those
that
people.
sponsorship now. Thank you.
Were we trying? Were we trying?
There was a sliver of a chance.
I got a 16.
You think you might like you probably have to get a lot closer than this, but you think you might have a theory as to how you could shut down this particular portal?
I might have fussed around with an idea of building something like this when I was about 9.
Yeah.
Pinnacle is a genius. It just doesn't come up a lot because he just throws a bunch of stuff.
Did you? I'm
He's too
sorry. You
busy
saw my
slapping.
face. I'm sorry.
It's in the
I
same.
had a
It's in the
reaction.
same vein that everyone forgets that the Hulk is also Dr. Bruce Banner.
Yeah.
True,
It's like, oh yeah, he's the world's foremost expert on radiation. It's like, no, we know him for smashing stuff. Like, yeah.
Do
Alright.
I
In
think
his
there's
backstory.
anything? Do I think there's anything supernatural about this portal, or does it seem strictly like technology?
The logic check.
All right, logic check it is.
I mean,
Can I? Sorry.
sorry, go ahead.
Can I just be normal? I just want to take control of one of the AIM agents. I have concepts of an idea. I just want to take over.
Everybody else is like, I'm gonna do this and I'm gonna figure this out, and then you're just like, I just want to be normal. Can I just be normal?
Aw.
Look,
I
know
got-
what's going-
I got a 15 for the record.
Oh, we went all cinematic. Okay. 15.
It'll happen
Yes.
from time to time.
This is not at all supernatural
Okay.
in origin. This
Okay.
seems human-esque related.
Mhm. Scientific.
That is a fantastic looking mini, though.
Whew.
So good.
Oh yes, this inspires me. Is there time for a brief monologue?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
I need.
As
Please
Graviton
do.
comes, so he came through the portal. Is that correct?
He did, yeah.
Yes. So as he comes through, floating as he does, his hair and cape are probably floating due to his gravity control. He addresses the AIM agents. Gentlemen, if you would be so kind as to direct me to the sphere of Requiem. Or perhaps you would care to face the unmitigated power of the Lord of Gravity. And do I have eyes on the player characters?
You would
You definitely
see.
see my big ass setting.
Yeah, you can see
And-
people that are beyond that particular door.
Yeah, and he sort of looks up from the AIM agents towards all of you and says, in the middle of his monologue, now then, if. And what do we have here? Well, I certainly know a super team when I see one. And
Rush
he
'em.
begins to raise his hand. So
That would
I'm-
be an initiative time, everyone.
Hey, Dios mío. I mean, I think on acting alone, I'm on his team now. So
Yeah, guys, I think we're kind of cooked.
I'm not a superhero at all. I am a vigilante. There is a difference.
I mean, he did say super team, and
Yeah,
technically,
yeah,
if you guys wanted to switch sides, we can change the entire rest of the series from this point.
He might just be here for the smoked salmon and like good fish and
Yeah.
chips and stuff.
I
like-
mean, based
Yeah.
based on the opening
Possible.
of that monologue, I'm getting real enemy of my enemy vibes. So
What is
see how we
everyone's
do.
initiative?
Initiative.
12.
where will that
14.
be? Where will that be located for me?
Are you clicking on the demiplane?
If you're just looking for your initiative modifier, it'll be where
It's
it says
6.
speed.
There we are.
Oh
Yeah, it's
God,
plus
heavens.
6.
And
Plus
how
six.
many dice do I roll for that?
It's the 3d6.
Okay.
There we go.
Right.
I have rolled a 15.
Owen. Ian. Oh, right. I suppose I should roll for the aim guys.
Two of us got 14.
They-
I heard.
The matter
I don't need
for
to.
long. Yeah.
Yeah. So Pinnacle 14.
Yeah.
They cast Tim
I
Hortons.
I also I also got a 14. How do we break the tie?
You mean the three-way? Because I also got
Ooh.
14.
Okay.
I hate to tell you this, but Graviton got a 19 total with his bonus.
I'm
Oh, we are
shocked
cooked.
by everything.
I don't think he hated that at all.
I
I did not hate that. Like,
Yeah.
None of us. Yeah.
Siren, what are you at?
I got 12.
Siren's 12. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. So for the three-way tie, it will depend upon who has the highest agility rating.
Watch, we all have the same exact agility rating.
It wouldn't
3.
surprise me at all.
3.
3.
Oh no.
Alrighty. Then we'll just
Rollies.
have a roll off between you three.
Do you want us to roll 3d6 or just d20s? I have my dice readily available.
Just give another initiative roll.
Oh, okay.
Gotcha.
And
gotcha.
I don't know why there's cat butt in the way of my camera. What is
Oh wow,
this?
that's so much worse.
Whoa. So much better. This time I got an 18.
An 8.
Jillian or Northern Pike.
Sorry, I'm unmuted now. I got a 9.
Okay, so it'd be Karma at 14, number 1, and then Northern Pike with 14, number 2, Omen, 14, number 3, and then Siren. Okay, so Graviton is going first.
Very well. So looking at this very extensive list of powers I have here,
I
Perhaps,
hate that.
It is extensive, yes.
perhaps you could tell me what best serves the objective that I'm going for. Essentially, Graviton wants to seal off the door and just say something like, I'll get to all of you in a moment, as basically either a force field or perhaps a barrage. I want to just basically keep them from coming in the room.
That would be to let's see, elemental prison would be the power.
Sorry.
I'm regretting so many things during character
Someone
creation.
describe that power to me, please, so I
s-
can figure out how to represent that in Tailspire.
Your vocalization was my internal reaction, Alain, so you're just correct, honestly.
Can I get
Honestly. Yeah, truly.
I should
So,
have took super speed.
what you all would see would be Graviton reaching out his hand and kind of waving it in front of himself. The door itself has this kind of like shimmering, almost like when you see like a hot street on a like summer day type thing. You see like the heat waves coming off of it. There seems to be kind of a barrier that is there now.
And can I, because I can shape this as I see fit, I could
Go for
just put that around them, correct?
Yeah, you could basically.
Yep. So just a nice little bubble for our friends, the heroes.
And as the question that I have for Graviton, with flavoring it, do you want this to increase or decrease gravity?
This is definitely heavy gravity. That's just basically pin you down. I know his gravitational force fields. I think they generally use heavy gravity. So,
Yeah.
in fact, heavy enough to, I think, if I'm recalling correctly, it can warp photons. That's how powerful the gravitational field is.
That's why I put it
Dragon
at
Ball
level
Z
4.
training mark, you mean?
To activate this particular power, it is an EO check for Graviton.
It'll be the 3 dice again, of course.
Yep.
What bonuses am I looking at for this?
EO check, you have a +7.
Okay.
Oh no.
It'll be
That
fine. We're
is-
fine.
Fine, it's fine.
We're
would you
the
I love
heroes,
playing with you
okay?
guys.
That
This
is
would be really
through.
with the plus
Sorry.
7. That is an 18 total.
All right. So it is against the agility defense of the heroes.
Okay.
So-
we don't roll that. That's just what the number is.
You do
correct?
not roll that. No.
Okay.
So, Pinnacle, you
Yeah,
have
I'm-
not experienced this before. I'm just
No.
going to say that right off the bat. You are probably able to maintain your ability to stand, but it's
I
taking
indent the floor. Like
Yeah.
I indent the floor because I don't. My body is not accustomed. It doesn't know how to fall, so it just stays straight and it just goes down into the floor. So I've made an indent where I'm at.
yeah, you have trained with heavy weights. This is more than anything that you've experienced. Omen, you kind of drop.
Uh-huh.
You feel the weight pressing down on you. Northern Pike, same thing. Just you haven't experienced this before. This is like feeling G forces. Like you've never been in a plane really that has pushed you this far downward. Karma,
How many
same.
G forces? Just for my own reference, how many G forces are we talking about?
This is probably about 7, 8.
Okay.
This is a lot.
Yes, I will say I have held the thunder god Thor immobile in the past. So yes.
So everyone is trapped, quote unquote, underneath that. So
Oh.
next up in the order is Omen. Omen, are you How are you trying to escape this?
How am I trying to escape this? Indeed. Um, now, this is an oppressive force on top of us, or is this a surrounding field above, around, and beneath us?
Good question.
This is kind of a bubble of gravitational force. Anything that's in this area will feel like the extra weight added onto themselves. It's like your weight increases by a factor of about 7.
Right. Okay. How many times do I get to do this?
Probably as many times as you have available focus.
Yes. Okay. Um, does this feel like something that like me and my comrades could break free from if we tried hard enough, or are we stuck here?
It's a possibility that you could break free from it if you all try hard enough, but most of you, from what you can tell, don't actually have supernatural strength
Yeah, I definitely don't.
like Pinnacle does.
Yeah. Okay. So like we could kind of tell who does and who doesn't based on how they're handling this right now, right?
Yeah, like Pinnacle basically kind of like stays straight but takes a bit of a knee, but
Yes.
they're still like standing upright essentially.
Okay. And I guess my last question is before I take an action that may be a little too drastic. Who here is magic based?
Karma is and Siren.
Okay, Karma and Siren are. Okay. Um okay, so Omen or rather Omer is struggling. He's doing his like Peter Parker holding up the rubble, but he's just trying to push himself up, and he pushes himself up to a point of strain where he knows that he can't do anything else, so he gives in to the eye of insight in his head, and the eye of insight is going to pick Siren and is going to pick Karma
Okay.
and activate multiversal portal.
Okay.
Now,
where will this
Okay.
portal deposit the heroes?
so that's up to you. But the part where if I could get out of here, I could then do this again to try to get back.
Okay. So, you this one is
Let's see. It
would
gives
be
me
these two here.
multiversal portal. It costs 15 focus.
Yeah.
The character opens a glowing portal in a space next to them. That
It would
moves.
only with the way that the heroes are laid out here.
Yeah.
I hate to rain on this particular parade,
Uh-oh.
but it would be one of these two because they're at the opposite sides.
Okay.
So you'd have to pick like maybe you could do like um Pinnacle and Karma or Northern Pike and Karma, but you wouldn't be able to get all of the heroes out.
Okay.
Probably be able to do 2 of them.
I would
Okay.
recommend people with ability to fight from a distance first.
Yeah. But I can only do one. I'm going to take Siren with me.
Hell yeah.
Okay.
Hell yeah.
So, okay, Kevin. You have to get down. Bye-bye. All right. So you're gonna go
so
and
my
these two?
voice and strain completely change. The artifact in my forehead activate my eyes go like black and glowing gold, and I say make haste and we shall be back shortly. And I am going to cast this ability.
So take off the in focus. So the rest of you see like the diamond portal open up that one particular AIM stooge was dumped into in the last episode. And it absorbs Omen and Siren. And I'm going to have, because your eye is a bit of a jerk. So the portal would open right about here. Let's see if you can all see this. However, in order to do it so that you would have actually went through the portal, you would have had to open the portal underneath you.
Yeah.
So as the portal opens here on the wall, it basically is kind of shunting you out. So you would all end up over here, roughly over here.
So like I see. Yeah.
Yeah, the portal opens and then it's like kind of like the best describe it, I suppose, would be the D&D movie where it's like you see
You
the
go
one character
down and
kind
then
of
you're going
leans
out.
into it. Yeah. But you would go down at about 7 times gravity. So you all get shunted at you both get shunted out. You end up right around here. And you both take about 5 points of damage.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
As you
You know
go
what? I'll be
kind of
honest. I feel like I deserve it somehow.
I'm just a bystander in this life.
as you both go kind of clattering across the ground. I can only imagine Graviton raises an eyebrow at this.
You're going to be a problem, aren't you?
And now, back here, actually, Elaine.
Oh, sorry. So about here?
Over here, left.
Ah, yes. I think so. That's the right spot, right? Am I seeing that right? Okay. Good.
Yeah. So you're both kind of like on the ground still, but
Yeah.
you now have the ability to move around freely. Next up is the AIM agents, who aren't paying attention to you guys at all. They're just running up and they're like, because we're AIM agents and we're, not exactly the brightest bulbs in the box.
Didn't you hear me, fools? Bring me the sphere now, and I'll let you live. Or perhaps I need to make an example of you.
What you can only assume is the head AIM guy, the AIM stooge that is here, is like, get him, guys.
Let's get him.
Very Venture Brothers. Very Venture Brothers.
Let's see. What is Graviton's? Oh dear. Well, let's just say that AIM, despite the fact that they have a lot of money, they're not exactly hiring the best of the best. So, AIM, the Stooges turn and start shooting at Graviton. And due to Graviton having just come out of this particular portal, the blasts are going around Graviton. It just I'm going to flavor it as in like they're kind of curving around Graviton, not hitting him at all, because they're stooges and they rolled like a 4.
I assume I don't have to use my reaction then.
You do not.
Okay.
Not at all. Karma, you are up next, and you are still suffering from the effects of the increased gravity.
I am in this predicament. I think Karma has been gripping onto her deck. And I think she just kind of like would you say that Karma has been forced to the floor, or is she like with this level of gravity, is she just kind of like hunched over?
She would have been like kind of flattened out on the floor.
Okay. Yeah, I'm good with that. So she is flattened out on the floor. In her hand, she has her deck. And she kind of just does a little bit of like an internal Hail Mary, and like uses all of her energy to try and like flip the deck over, and whatever is there is what she's going to cast. And I'm hoping,
dear.
well, that's how we're flavoring it. What I'm hoping to do is images of icon.
Okay.
And if you permit it, it says the character creates one sound and sight illusory duplicate per rank of one person they've met, including themselves. The duplicate
Okay.
look and sounds exactly like the original and are under the character's control. They start in the same space as the character and instantly move into any open space around them up to 2 spaces away, during which time the character can swap places with any of the duplicates. If the character's duplicating themselves, the character's player should secretly record which one is the actual character. I'm stuck under gravity, so I'm assuming I cannot actually swap places. But what I'm attempting to do is create a duplicate of myself who seems like she has overcome the gravity and is just like walking through to kind of startle Graviton a little bit more.
I would actually like as a narrator, I would
Yeah.
definitely allow you to kind of pop out of the bubble at that point. Like you like a version of you pops up and you could walk like 2 spaces to like over here, which would be
Yeah.
outside of kind of the range. And now
Okay.
there's 2 of you. Thanks, Alain.
Thank you.
That's amazing.
Oh my gosh, that was so fast. Wow.
We did
And
this
then-
last week.
Yeah, so you like flip over the card and a duplicate of you kind of is
Yep.
standing there unaffected by any of the increased gravity and walks forward, and if you wanted to you could switch places with them.
I would love to switch places with them. Yeah, so it's like she kind of just goes like on the floor, like boop, and like from this card emerges as it glows in the light. This has like a little bit of shine to it, which is cool too. Emerges the duplicate, and then she's able to swap places with them, so she can kind of get through.
Amazing.
Graviton
and-
will take note of that and just sort of, again, he's looking at the AIM agents, but he sort of looks up and is like, well, you're an annoyingly resourceful bunch, aren't you? Don't worry, I'll get to you in a moment, as he turns back to the AIM agents.
Yeah, the AIM agents are probably going to go away soon. Northern Pike, you are up, and Omen, you are on deck.
Okay.
All right, so Northern
You
Pike
mean-
is
you
a
mean Pinnacle's on
scientist.
deck?
Or Pinnacle.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay.
Northern Pike is a scientist, and beyond knowing her biology and chemistry, she also knows her physics. So, gravity in water is not going to be nearly as bad as the gravity of 7Gs that Graviton has enforced upon them. So, what Northern Pike is going to do is she's going to turn to Pinnacle. Like, she's basically on the ground. She's going to turn her head like this and just say, hold your breath, eh? And she's going to use elemental sphere of water, which will envelop not only herself, but Pinnacle, to basically get them out of this situation so that they can actually stand up. So now they're kind of like swimming in this sphere of water, which I don't know if it can move or not. I'm going to say that it might be able to move depending on the storyteller's desire in this particular case.
I'll allow you to like kind of slosh the both of you out of the affected area.
Okay. What am I rolling here?
Elemental sphere water. You do an ego check.
Yes. Okay. This is a non-combat check, though. It says. Okay. 1 second.
That is
So
a
the
sphere of water.
Yeah, so the wow. So the non-combat ego check is 11.
Pinnacle,
Yes.
are you acquiescing to this? I just have to check. And holding your breath, A.
He would have, yeah, he would have held his breath.
Okay.
His mask has a rebreather.
Cool. That's so cool.
So, if you want, you could both basically kind of slosh out by where Karma is.
Yeah.
That sounds good.
Yeah, so there's kind of like a flood of water that shows up, and Graviton is seeing these heroes escape from underneath the gravity.
Yes. Very annoyingly resourceful.
Pinnacle, you are up and wet.
How far am I from being able to do stuff?
Let's see. So you would be able to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 to get to here. But if you, did the thing that you're not telling people that you can do,
Oh
you could
no, I
probably
gave up. I gave up on that last game, I believe.
We all know it's fine.
Yeah, I
Everyone's
fully gave up on that
doing it.
because I got very upset after feeling pain for the first time. So I was just full blown, just like flaunting the super strength and flying towards people. Yeah.
you could clear right up to Graviton if you so chose.
So here's how I'm going to narrate this for myself, and I apologize if I step on your toes, Steve.
Feel free.
In Pinnacle's head, this has been a day of firsts. He felt pain for the first time, and then he got basically shunted down and unable to move with a power he's never seen or felt before. And that entire time, while everyone was struggling to like do something to get themselves out or speaking to him, he kind of went completely silent, which for everyone else is probably not normal because it's probably very normal because he tends to be the very stoic one of the group. Yes, Pinnacle's no good, very bad day. Reading the chat there. And he begins to have flashbacks to things that he doesn't think about. But this is the problem with eidetic memory. You never know what you're going to actually remember sometimes, especially when you are not born, you are created, even though he doesn't know that. So he has flashes back to being in water the exact same way he was just in, and a man in front of that water, pale skin, red eyes, black lips, flat top with a diamond in the middle of his head, looking in at him and simply saying, "You will be the pinnacle of all my creations. If you work out, otherwise I'll throw you in the snow." And then he comes back to himself. And then he immediately just looks up, extremely mad that he just had to be helped. He's felt pain. And so he kind of loses himself in emotion and does fly up straight to Graviton.
Straight up to Graviton.
Yep.
Up to here. And what are you going to be doing once you are up to Graviton?
Am I close enough to hit him?
I would say so.
Yeah. Sorry, I'm just
what
sorry.
Graviton hears is no more words. And he just flies up and punches. I'm going to roll the melee.
Just getting my Chris Tucker in Friday impression ready to go here. Here we go. Okay.
Graviton, you want to do a reaction?
I will be using my reaction, of course, to protect myself. That will be, I believe, Elemental Sphere. Am I correct?
That would be an mental, yeah.
Great. So I'll be using that as a reaction.
What does that do?
That creates a sphere of the element that he has available to him, kind of like what Northern Pike just did, but it is a sphere of gravity.
And as mentioned, so as this punch is coming in, he's like, my force fields have repelled the hammer of Thor himself. Good luck, friend.
So I rolled a result of 15, but I got a 6 on my Marvel die.
Oh.
Is it a like the regular 6 or is it a 1?
So what do you mean?
Is if you're looking to see what the Marvel reaction, it would be rolling a 1 on the Marvel die. 6 is just a 6.
Well, hold on, I'm confused. So I'm using the actual site, so it had the red die is a 6. So is that just a standard 6 then?
Does it have like the Marvel thing on
no,
it?
it doesn't say Marvel on it.
Okay,
it does not say
if
Marvel.
it said Marvel, that would be rolling a 1, and that would be like what's called the amazing success or
you know what I'm looking at? I'm looking at the damage. The damage one did get a Marvel on it because it automatically calculates it, but the actual 2 hit was just a 6, so it's a 15 to hit.
Okay.
And if I do a lot of damage.
Yeah, if you want to do an ego check.
Ego check, so
we'll compare the two and then
plus 7 to these. And so I'm rolling 2 black die and 1 red die. So if the red die, that's my Marvel die, I assume.
Yes? Yeah. So if that gets a 1, it is what is referred to as a fantastic success.
Okay, not a fantastic success, but a pretty good score. That is a total of 22.
So.
And that was ego, correct?
Yeah.
Yeah, got a plus 7 on that. So 22 total.
From what Pinnacle sees, from what you all see, you see Pinnacle leap forward and take a swipe at Graviton, and Graviton waves their hand in front of them, and they like the same sort of like shimmering kind of like wavy experience that you all felt when you felt that the gravity was pushing down on you. It surrounds Graviton, and the punch gets deflected, and you punch this thing here right over to your left with a massive amount of damage. What's the damage on that?
40.
Yeah, 20 of which goes through the protective barrier, and anyone in the attacks against the sphere, against the character's ego defense, if any attacks of the sphere absorb, are made by the elemental protection power. If an attack does more damage than the character's elemental protection power can sustain, it destroys the sphere. But no one inside is harmed. So you punch the sphere basically into non-existence. Like, this is a colossal hit. But Graviton is still there and remains unharmed and is now right beside you. Siren.
No match for Mjolnir, I'm afraid, whoever you are.
Siren, you are up next. Siren is over here, having just gotten spilled out onto the floor. Rather, let's just say, inelegantly, uh, as you and Omen ended up spiraling onto the ground. Siren, what are you going to do?
Siren understands limitations. So I do. I have common sense sometimes. I'm going to try and take control of the guy behind the console.
Okay.
So I can try and get him to tell his stooges to like stand down and like apologize. We made a mistake.
Okay, give me a see logic check against the target's logic defense. This is an aim, stooge.
I want to
So
say I'm completely open to talking this out. Just give me what I want and no one gets hurt.
13.
that is enough. So
And
what,
he's reasonable. Ugh.
yeah.
Guys, I think we should make some considerations here.
So I'm guessing this particular character here that spilled the coffee because they're
Yeah.
yeah. What are you basically telling them to do?
Listen, babes, you need to tell the rest of your men to stand down. He's pretty reasonable.
So
Sorry.
the rest of you kind of see this particular aim stooge, this person in the scientist robes. They're like, hey, wait a minute, hey everybody, let's just calm it down. We don't need to shoot anybody anymore. We're fine. We can just give him what he wants, right? He said if we give him what he wants, he'll just go away.
Um,
Yes.
if I have to wait for my turn, that's fine. But what do I roll to recall what exactly this orb sphere thing is that he's looking for? Because I'm pretty sure it's no bueno as well.
So that is, let's do quickly before the break a logic check.
All right. Oh dear, that's a 10.
You have no idea what this sphere of something or other that he mentioned does.
I have a thing. It's called Quick Learner. If I fail an action check, I gain an edge on the check, and they can try the same action again on their next turn.
Go for it.
Can I try again?
Sure.
Nope, that was worth 7. Never mind. Not me. Not me. It's not me. I just think it's bad news, and I think Karma's just like, when someone like this is willing to negotiate, that doesn't necessarily. That's not a good thing. I hope y'all realize that.
Isn't it though? But we will go to the back at the top of the initiative order after this quick break and a word from our sponsors. So come on back in about 7 minutes, everybody, and we will see what Graviton does from here. Welcome back, heroes. So we are at the top of the initiative order with the master of gravity, Graviton. And Pinnacle has just tried to fly up and attack you.
Yes, yes, and these AIM agents seem to be a little hesitant to simply do as I say, so I know it's only been a round or so, but Graviton is an impatient megalomaniac, so
Fair enough.
he
As you do.
he looks up and says, I grow weary of this. Perhaps a demonstration of my power is called for. Perhaps I'll simply destroy this place and pick through the rubble for what I need. What is the range on my Nova Blast?
Oh,
Now that
Got
I'm
silver on
looking
the
at this,
sides.
supernova
silver
of
sides.
force.
Supernova, yes. Supernova, I should say.
Wow. Let's see. Character makes an EO check, compares it against the resilience defense of every enemy within 10 spaces.
10 spaces, how far would that get into the room?
Let's see. So it'd be 1 is where Pinnacle is right now. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, it would pretty much encompass this entire room. You
Yes.
wouldn't quite be able to hit the other 2 that are back there.
Well, let's solve that by simply moving into the center of the room and then doing that. Can I do that?
You should be able to.
Yep. So Graviton, using his mastery of gravity, just floats into the middle of the room, and that's where I will detonate the Nova Blast.
Oh boy.
You just turn.
And will that get the other 2 that are in the hallway as well?
I believe so.
Mark, I know you're trying to do something cool, but if one of the reactions that you get is interpose, can I try to stop him from moving past me?
You can try.
I'll
There you
try.
go. Of course.
I don't know what the role would be. Hold on.
Let's see.
Trigger.
Interpose.
Someone within the character's reach is the target of an attack that does. Oh no, that's interpose is me trying to get in between someone else. So
That would be if you're trying to use yourself as a shield.
I'm afraid this is an omnidirectional burst that will just go everywhere.
Oh, I wasn't trying to stop the attack. I was just trying to be like, you're not ignoring me. It was literally going to be like a hand out on the chest. It's like, I'm not done with you yet. But if I can't do it, I can't do it.
All right.
I'll take the attack.
So, is the Nova. So you spend 15 or more focus. The ego check, you can add +1 to the character's ego damage for every 2 points of focus you spend on a success.
Okay, so I spend the 15. That's just the basic cost, yes?
Yeah, that's the basic cost.
Great. I'm gonna spend, say another 15.
Do you want to round it up to 16?
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, it's per 2. Yeah.
Actually, I'll spend 20. So yeah, spending on the top of the base cost, spending an extra 20 on this.
So you're spending 35 total on that
35
one?
total.
Alrighty.
Sorry, hold on a second. Hey, Mark, how's it going? Alain here. Big fan, huge fan. What are you doing, dog? What's going on?
Oh, well, everyone wasn't doing as they were told, so I think that perhaps, as I mentioned, a demonstration of my power is in order. I am Graviton. I have fought the Avengers to a standstill, single-handed, both the East Coast and the West Coast teams, I'll have you know.
All right, yeah. I mean, he has done both sides. Okay.
Yes.
All right.
Yes.
We'll not.
I was in single combat with Thor while I held the entire rest of the team, including Iron Man and Wonder Man, immobile. And yet, people are not doing as they are told. So, a little bit of force is called for.
That would be an ego check.
Very well.
I mean, Graviton is him.
Ooh.
Also, as a narrator note, we do not mention the Great Lakes Avengers.
I have not encountered them, no. But here's the thing. So you know that red die I mentioned earlier? I just rolled a 1 on it.
Oh, shit!
Nuts.
Yay!
And then I've got like a 4 and a 6. So that I don't know if again, this is my first time playing the system. So if I'm just doing the raw numerical total, that's 11 plus 7, 18, and then whatever a 1 on
the Marvel die is a 1, it counts as a 6.
Okay, all right. So 6 and 6 as 12, and 4 is 16, and 7 is 23.
So that is 23. That is compared to the resilience defense of every enemy within 10 feet. Or 10 spaces, sorry. So if I click over here to Yon AIM agents who are...
Oh, and what did spending the extra focus get me?
That is plus 10 damage to what it is, which I will get to in just a sec.
Of course.
So, what is everyone's resilience defense score?
It ain't 23.
Let's just go ahead and click on all these AIM agents and knock them over.
Uh-huh.
Because yeah, they are definitely taking more than what is required. I will get to them in just a sec.
Mine is a 14, by the way.
14. Everyone else,
12.
just
Oh,
let me know if it's below 23.
Yes.
It's below
Karma.
23.
Yes,
but
yes, it's below
yes.
23. How
Okay.
air.
yeah.
However, would you say that this is physical damage? Because I have a reaction called Shield of Seraphim, and Winds of Watum also triggers off that.
This is in fact physical damage. If anybody
Aha!
has any reactions that they could do to try to
Reaction time!
yeah, help themselves out, I would say that they would be recommended.
I have to find a card quick.
As a suggestion, if yeah, actually, Northern Pike, you have
Yep. Same thing as I used before could be used
flexible
now.
stuff. Yeah.
If
Pinnacle
anybody
is tough. Omen.
is
Omen, you
anybody
could
opposed to
do.
being stuffed or being like stuck in water for a little bit or like
Nah, hit
Nah.
me.
Actually, yeah, for the
I
most
will
part.
do what I must.
Are we doubling up? Is that a thing that we can do? Is like play off each other?
that would be awesome.
You can't double up on the damage
Okay.
and stuff.
Oop.
Or like on the protection, I guess. No.
Yeah, it would be one or the other, whichever one's the highest.
Okay. Well, shall we compare notes?
Let's do that. I
Beautiful.
would need to roll, I think, an ego check on that, right?
Yeah.
Right. Okay.
So while you're doing that, let's figure out the damage. So Graviton, you rolled 6 for the marble die. Call it
Yes.
correctly.
Well, one of
Or
the
the
marble
6
die, which
equivalent.
counts as a 6, yes.
You have an ego multiplier damage of 6. So that is, let's see, 36 damage plus 10.
46.
Everybody would be looking at about 46 damage if you are
I'm down.
unable to. But let's see for Omen if you have any reactions.
I don't have any reactions that I think like I don't have any like powers based reactions. Yeah, no, I don't think I do.
You do not. Looks of it. Yeah, the defensive stance wouldn't really help at all.
No.
For the record, I'm dropping what my combo power does in the chat just so that everyone else can get
20
an idea.
points of damage. Yeah, that's kind of like what Northern Pike's thing would do, and Northern Pike is standing right beside you.
True.
Mine, I rolled for the ego check for the sphere. I rolled 16 and it's a fantastic.
Hey.
Nice.
Okay, so the spear. Let's go to Northern Pike.
And Leona, if yours like I'm gonna go with whatever is gonna protect us the most. So if yours has other abilities with it or anything that can mitigate our damage more, by all means, let's go with that.
I think the biggest thing being that the what's it called? The Winds of Watum cuts. It says all movement by a foe within 10 spaces per the character's rank is cut in half, so it might slow him down.
I would say that the first one you were going to do, Karma, that wouldn't be the one that would take effect because that was 20 damage. For Northern Pike, I would actually suggest Elemental Protection Water, protecting yourself with your element. But that would only do 10 because you only have level 1 there. So
Okay, so we wouldn't be wanting to protect anybody around me at all then? Okay.
well, you would put up the elemental. You would basically, as a reaction, you'd throw up the water, but it
Okay.
would kind of splash through that easily enough, and then it would go up against Karma's defense, and it
Okay.
would actually like it wouldn't stop it completely per se, but it would be like any extra damage would disappear from that.
Yeah, that sounds like a plan.
Okay.
Omen, you don't have any defense against that, unfortunately.
Mm-mm.
But you are down. However,
Yes.
that is unconscious. But you do have something that might be able to help you in this particular round that you would be able to do that I would definitely think would the
In
your
this particular round, that could help.
yeah, your first power.
Ah, yes.
Hmm.
Okay, it's not a reaction, but it would have to be like on my round. So like if I'm down, kind of knocked out, what's my action economy in that state?
I would actually argue that it would be kind of a reaction to the kind of shock of you getting knocked unconscious.
Okay. All right. bet.
Siren, do you have anything that would defend?
Okay, maybe correct me on this.
Sure.
Hard maybe. Hard maybe. I do have clone moves. So it says that I can pick another character within 10 spaces in my line of sight and duplicate their powers.
Selected with the special training origin, though.
Oh
It's
yeah.
basically
Never
like,
mind.
yeah, that's cloning their ability to fight while in combat as opposed to like duplicating a power itself.
Okay, never mind. I'm
But
cooked. So no.
on the opposite side of things, though, you do have enough health that you would be able to take this no problem. Like this is not, it's not concerning, but it's definitely like you take a bit of damage, but you're still up and in the fight.
Yeah, I'm at 69 health now.
Yeah,
Nice. Yeah.
nice.
We all live
Uh,
on the internet.
So,
Um,
for Pinnacle, for your damage that you would take, because you have superpowers of this, you have sturdy of 2. So
I negate two. I negate 2 points of that, I believe.
you negate 2 points of the multiplier.
Oh.
So it would be 6 times it by 4 in that case. That'd be I hate math. 24. So it'd be 24 plus 10. So that'd be 34.
34. I
Yeah.
take 34. I take 34 instead.
Yeah.
Okay.
I
Copy
hate to
that.
break it to you, Storyteller, but there's a lot of math in tabletop RPGs.
Yeah.
It would
That's
be
kind of the whole thing. Yeah.
It'd be super awesome if they like did it on Demiplane where I could basically go, okay, well, what
Yeah.
if it's this?
Yeah.
Yeah, so that is Graviton's move.
Just before we move forward, can I just triple check how much damage I'm taking? You said the
You don't take any. Neither you nor Jillian would take
Oh,
any.
okay.
Yeah.
And that's because Jillian's cut it by how much, and then I cut it by how much?
Because you put up the basically a wall of force to protect you, with your tarot magical card powers. And it basically like if anything pushes through that damage and takes down the wall of force, you don't take anything else.
Right. Okay. Just
It
wanted to
just
make sure.
yeah, it just takes down the actual like force thing itself.
Okay.
So next up is Omen. Omen, you are
Right.
sort of.
Just had a question before we go. Did I take out all the AIM guys?
Oh yeah, they're all
Yeah.
unconscious.
Go.
These guys are the very definition of the word stooge. They have like 10 health.
I don't think that's how science is supposed to work, and dead. Okay. So,
Hey guys, let's just let him get.
yeah.
I was trying to negotiate.
So
So
far,
yeah,
so good. It isn't over yet.
Omen is unconscious that
Yes.
everyone can see. However, do you want to kick in that particular power
I would love to.
as
So,
your reaction? So nobody can see this. However,
Omen, um, unbeknownst to him, uh, instinctually, perhaps a defense response from the eye of insight embedded in his head, um, astral projects himself into the astral plane. So
so you are
uh,
still sort of there.
I'm
You're
still
just
sort of there.
invisible, like.
I'm invisible. I can feel the effects of the material, or like of the real plane. Um, I am not strong enough to project myself as an invisible force where people can see my astral projection in the real world quite yet. That comes at rank 4. um, uh, leveling up this game. I don't know. I'm just asking. I'm just asking. Yes. Yes. Things are intangible. I'm intangible, invisible, and generally undetectable, which means I'm about to find out what I can affect in the astral plane versus the real world.
Well, let's just
Now.
say you won't be group flighting anybody anytime soon.
Yeah, that's fair.
But if you wanted to use like your spell casting abilities, that I would allow.
Okay, I would love that. Let's see. I can't group flight. Fiddlesticks. I think what I will do is I'm going to say not knock down. I'm going to enable flying. And I'm going to move here, and I think I'm going to just try my best to, like, I would imagine that Omer is like asking the eye questions as he does this. I'm like, oh no, not this again. Okay. Um. Uh. Uh. Is there anything I can do? Like, can I? I don't know. All right. Uh. Maybe this will work. And I try to conjure an ethereal blade, which looks much more tangible in this realm, and blast it out at Graviton, kind of aiming for the central sphere in his chest there.
So bolts of Balthak, I can only assume.
You can assume, and you can assume correctly. Yeah.
So that'll be an ego check with edge against the agility defense of the target in their line of sight.
Okay.
So
Ego check with
the
edge.
agility defense of Graviton is 11.
Oh, okay. did you see that also? Did you? Okay.
Did I see what?
What I just rolled?
I did not.
What do I have to beat here? Sorry.
11.
Okay. I rolled a 19.
Do you have a
It was
marble success
it
on the marble die?
yes, and it's ranking as fantastic. The
Oh
total
boy.
damage is 70.
Holy cow.
Yeah. I'm imagining
Bolts.
that in the astral plane, as soon as he starts to activate his powers, his like image transforms completely into just like pure energy, and the only thing that stays what it is the eye. Whatever this entity is in full control right now.
So
I have had enough of this artificer's tomfoolery.
I assume Graviton cannot see this coming because he's invisible.
very much did not see this coming.
So,
Yeah.
so no reaction, obviously.
No,
Just take that damage.
just taking the damage. was a fair
Graviton, of
chunk,
course,
wow.
has no idea where this came from or that this unconscious guy in front of him is the one that did it. So he just like,
That kind of cut out a little bit.
oh, sorry, I yelled too loud. He says in a quieter voice, what madness is this?
So next up in the order is, well, okay, the AIM guys aren't going, so Karma, you're up next.
Yeah,
just
no, the
us
AIM
now.
guys, the AIM guys definitely aren't going. I am.
Just move out to where Karma is. Here.
You know, let me help you with that. Let me move in a little bit. How about that? I don't think I need this
All
kid
right.
standing in the doorway.
Well, one of the Karmas is moving forward. I can only assume the other one's gonna move like 2 spaces and
Yeah,
follow behind.
yeah. She's kind of just a distraction. You can't tell which one's the real one, and that's okay.
Here and cinematic. There we go.
Storyteller.
That's me.
I am torn between I don't know it, so one of Karma's tags is backup, which says the character is part of an organization like a police force that can call for immediate backup at any time. I don't know if that counts as an action.
That wouldn't probably apply here
Okay.
necessarily because that the backup would be basically like calling in kind of lower level heroes than all of you are and like
Okay.
Department H type stuff, that sort of thing, right?
So it doesn't make sense for her to kind of communicate with Department H at this moment in time.
I mean, you could, but it wouldn't do anything really.
Right, fair
like
enough.
they
Okay.
wouldn't get here in time. They're not in the
Yeah.
initiative order.
No, that's fair. That's fair. Listen, she just has to think about her job and all the paperwork she's gonna have to deal with after this. Like, there was a dent in the floor back there. She's gonna have to fill out documents for that.
That's a
like,
whole thing.
You have to
Graviton showed up.
order. You have to order a troop transport if we can knock this guy out, and
Yeah.
you know,
Like, Graviton showed up. There's like, do you know when Graviton shows up that you have to fill out a special document G for that? Like, it's a whole thing, guys. Like,
have a special troop transport for the prisoner if he can knock him out, and then
authorization
it'll
for
be
compensation.
obviously not, you know,
Yeah.
defended enough if someone were to come along and rescue him like another supervillain. Just
And all
too
the
much
TPS
paperwork.
reports. Yeah, it's so much paperwork. Listen, she at the back of her mind, there's always a small kernel of her brain that's like, and that's where paperwork, and that's where paperwork, and that's where paperwork, that I'm gonna have to do after I'm done being a hero. But okay, no, in that case, I guess my next dilemma is if I should. Oh no, wait, that's triggered by damage getting through the shield of Seraphim, and nothing has gotten through it yet, so I'm gonna disregard that. That means that I need to pick what I'm actually doing. My apologies. I had like 3 things and I was like, wait, I don't have to do that. I don't have to do that. Okay. One moment.
I would say probably bolts, crimson, or flames.
Yeah, that's what I was
would
thinking.
be your
That's what I
probably
was
your
thinking.
best bet.
Let's do bolts about Balthak. I think that is what she's going to do. Now that she's kind of stepped into the square, she would like to cast bolts of Balthak. What does it mean to make an ego check with an edge? What does that mean?
So you would roll an ego check.
Okay.
And if one of those particular dice is not as good as you would like, you can re-roll one of them.
Got it. Okay, that sounds good.
So if you roll like a 1 on one of your regular dice or like a 2 on your Marvel dice type of thing, you can like re-roll that particular dice.
Sure.
It's kind of like advantage in D&D.
Got it.
Not quite as good.
For this attack, add +1 to the character's agility damage bonus for every 2 points of focus they spend. Okay, got it.
You want to spend more focus?
It costs me 5 focus, and it says, I'm gonna read that one more time.
For every 2 points you spend, you get 1 bonus damage, yeah.
I'll put that up to 9 and do like 2 more points there.
2 more points of damage. Okay.
Yeah, if that works.
Yeah, it should. What did you roll?
I gotta do that first, don't I? Hang on. Let's do
Yeah.
one thing at a time, brain. One thing at a time. Ego check. Ego check. Where is the button? That's not the
It
button.
should just be by the ability score if you scroll down to that.
Yes. Yeah. Can I re-roll? I got
You
I got
should
an
be able
11.
to.
It's a 1, a 3, and a 1.
Yeah, if
plus
you
6.
click on one of the dice, you can.
I don't think I can click on one of the dice, but there is a re-roll button.
Yeah, hit the reroll button.
Okay. Now it says click dice to reroll. That's really neat, Demiplane. Thank you so much. I'm very impressed. Eh? Okay, I guess my eager reroll netted the same result, is what happened there.
Okay.
I was like, okay, nothing changed. So the result is an 11.
That is the agility defense score of Gravitons. You would hit on that.
Hey!
Unless Graviton would like to do.
Of course, I will use my reaction.
as you should, Graviton, as you should.
I just had a question. So I've
Sure.
got my elemental sphere, which is the protection, but I also have elemental protection force, and it says the character's elemental protection is like a fortress. What advantage would that grant me
Oh
over
my.
the simple elemental sphere?
That would protect you with your element from any attacks that do 40 points of damage or less are instantly absorbed and the protection continues.
So that is
If the attack does more than 40 points of damage, it would destroy the protection. So basically, it's kind of like you create like an anti-gravity field around you. And if
sure.
somebody runs up and does like 10 points of damage, you're just like, ha ha ha, loser.
What's the difference between elemental sphere? Elemental sphere is 20 and elemental protection is 40. Yes.
Yeah, because
Then-
you have elemental protection elemental protection you have at level 4. So
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
given that he's just taken over half his health from
Yeah, fair enough.
from an unknown source, he's not gonna take any chances. So he'll throw up the more powerful version as his reaction.
Super
Okay.
fair.
So what did you roll, Karma?
Damage wise?
Yeah.
It says 15. Marvel times 3 plus 6.
Marvel times what was on the Marvel die? Because I have to do math again.
It just says Marvel. It says the damage is Marvel plus times 3 plus 6.
On your roll though, like what?
On the roll, it was the Marvel die was a 3, so 1, 3, and 1.
So 3, you've got an ego defense, or sorry, an ego multiplier of 3. Graviton is no damage negatives on that. So okay, yeah. So what was the damage again? Sorry.
15.
15. So that does nothing.
Even with the additional things that I added.
Yeah.
Darn.
That kind of it doesn't hit the 40 threshold that you would need.
That's fair. That's fair.
So the let's see, what did you do again? You did the bolts. The bolts kind of shoot out from the tarot cards, and they kind of.
This card I think is really cool because it's kind of got these bolts that shoot out from this character. So she kind of flips this one up, and the bolts kind of shoot out from it at Graviton. But I guess they kind of bounce off.
Yeah, they kind of go in different directions, affected by gravity.
Now, question: this is the same spell that Omen just used on me, right?
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Oh, I didn't even realize.
Would essentially the energy signature look the same? Like just like if two people cast Crimson Bands of Sitarak, they'd probably look similar.
Yeah.
I think like the flavor is a little different, but the resulting energy is the same. If Graviton has the like ability to be like, that zapped. That didn't look the same, but it also zapped. It's a zap.
Yes. And actually, Graviton has wisdom, which the description is the character not only has brains but knows when to use them. I'm not sure if that's
He does
a
indeed.
particular thing, but I think he's actually probably going to jump to the wrong conclusion at this
Oh.
point and think that you are Karma is the one that did that damage to him.
I consent. Yep, that's
Yeah.
yep, fair
So-
enough. Don't blame you one bit.
As he blocks your attack, he says, "Well, clearly you're the biggest threat here. Don't worry, I have a remedy for that."
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh, indeed.
Northern Pike, you are up.
So Northern Pike would like to use Elemental Blast.
Alrighty. Are you going to be moving in towards the?
I think so, as long as I can. I mean, the range is 10 spaces, but let's get me in there anyway. Let's get
There we
me
go.
closer and to the action.
Here we go. Yeah, your range is 10, I think, for that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So am
Easily
I?
enough. Easy.
What am I rolling? I'm rolling. Is it an ego check
Let's
for this one?
see. Elemental Blast. So you make an edge roll. Make a ranged attack with your edge. With edge. So it'd be an agility attack.
Okay.
And you can add +1 to your character's agility damage bonus for every 2 points of focus you spend.
1 second. Okay, so I'm rolling the agility. What am I doing here? Why is it not doing this? Okay, so agility. Okay, it's saying 13, and it says I can re-roll.
Yeah, you have edge, so you can reroll.
Yeah. Okay. Oh, okay. This is being weird.
Go on.
Yeah, still 13.
All right. Yeah, that does in fact hit. How much you want to spend?
Well, I have 45 focus points left, and I'm looking to do
This,
some damage.
yeah, this costs you 5 right off the bat.
Yeah. And this is 1 second, Elemental Blast. So for this attack, add +1 to the character's agility damage bonus for every 2 points of focus they spend. So let's why not? Let's go with 20. Let's spend 20 focus points.
Okay, so it'd be an extra 10 damage. What did you roll for the damage on that? Or what's on the marble die?
3 is on the marble die.
So it'd be 9 plus 10, so you'd be 19 points of damage, and that also
Doesn't-
bounces off.
Yeah, probably would when I probably shouldn't have spent 20. That's irk. It's okay though. All right.
Next up is Pinnacle.
Pinnacle. Graviton hears Pinnacle scream out, "Stop running!" And he just flies up to you once again and just tries to hit you. I got one thing.
He's good.
Running?
He's so good at it, though.
I was just
Yes.
repositioning myself in the center of the room so I could hit everyone. Running indeed.
So we
Let's
were
go
running a
with
1v1, and then you just said, "Let me go over here." All right, yeah, you're
agility.
Oh, plenty of fun for all.
what were you saying, Steve? Sorry.
Agility roll for Pinnacle.
Agility roll.
Yeah, or melee. Sorry, you're trying
Oh,
to
oh,
attack.
oh, good God, that is the lowest I've ever gotten.
Oh,
Oh no.
I told you, it's Pinnacle's no good, very bad day.
It really is. That is a 13.
He's having trauma flashbacks. Like,
That
now's the time
is
for him to roll low, honestly.
that is still enough to hit.
Hey!
But
Uh,
but the damage is not enough to do anything.
well, what's
I'm looking.
the Marvel die?
It's a 2.
Yeah, that's not enough to do
Yeah,
anything.
yeah.
Because that's 12
16,
plus
16 total.
Yep, plus the 4.
So just to add
He
insult
is.
to injury, Graviton is just sort of like doesn't have to try too hard to deflect that attack. He's like, "I'll be with you in a minute. I have to deal with the real threat here." As he turns to Karma.
Oh
Siren.
no!
Just to end this out, he like in his head he hears the voice of, and I'll just say it, Mr. Sinister,
Yeah!
uh,
Woo!
in his head going right before he got thrown into the snow. Oh, another disappointment. Oh well, we'll move on to another one. And then he comes back to himself, and that ends his turn.
Siren, you are
Uh-oh.
up.
Oh, okay. Not really. Compared to everyone else here, I'm not that useful. So I do have presence as one of my traits. So I'm going to use my presence to try and convince Gravitron that it's not Karma, it's a threat, it's me.
Okay.
She can do things.
Uh,
I can't.
let's go with a. All right, so let's go with let's give that a roll of the. Let's see, that was command, I believe. Logic check.
Says it says I have an oh okay. Oh, okay. 17.
Against the logic defense of Graviton, which is 17. So what are you trying to tell Graviton to convince them that you are the threat?
Do I want to actively anger the man that has easily just like yeah, sure, why not? That's really fun.
Yes and or no?
You're the stupid one if you think that Karma's the one that's doing this. It's me, you idiot. Face me!
Speaking of him, he's next. Graviton.
Oh, oops.
I also
Somebody-
forgot to mention that I did heal.
Yeah.
At the beginning, I just want to remind everyone that I do heal.
Oh, I was told in chat before we move on to do this. I am taking requests. You Kmart Magneto. Why don't you show me
Hey, Mark Magneto! I think that would do it. I think that would do
Yeah.
it. You
Yeah.
probably didn't need to use a power, you just needed to use that taunt.
Before that, he was completely unconvinced, and now, so Graviton, you are angered.
Ah! You made the fatal mistake of revealing yourself. Now I see that you're the true power here. He's gonna unleash. Now, question. What is
Yeah.
the difference between elemental blast and elemental burst?
Oh,
Do, do, do. That is a good question. Oh, okay. Elemental,
I assume blast is better because it actually costs focus.
yeah, because burst is make a ranged attack. The attack's a success. It does regular damage, etc., etc. But the blast itself That's the one that costs focus, and you can add focus to just kind of force more of your will into the attack.
Yeah, well, I think Kmart Magneto probably deserves an appropriate response. So yeah, I mean, Graviton's back. He's like, it's like I am nothing like him.
I don't know, babes.
we-
I don't know. You're not convincing me.
Look, we both control fundamental forces of the universe. It's true, but I have panache. I have style. I've got a goatee. And so he is going to unleash that. So that costs 5. Does it need to be a round number?
Yeah, because it's basically if you spend 2, you get
Okay,
an extra
gotcha.
point. Yeah.
Then yeah, he's gonna dump an extra 20 focus into that.
So an extra 10 points.
Yes. And this will
Let's
be
double check Siren. Does Siren have any defense damage reduction? Siren does not.
No.
and this would be ego, yes? So a plus
Ego,
7.
yeah.
Plus
I
7 to
mean-
this roll?
If it wasn't evident, it's ego.
Yes, it is clearly ego.
Yeah, it would be plus 7. Yeah.
Okay, so we've got a total of 5, 10, 14 plus 7, 21.
That
I'm
is,
not.
yeah, that's better than your defense, Siren.
Yeah.
If you attack his ego, yeah, that's what happens.
What did you get on the marble die?
The Marvel die was a 5.
5. Okay, so it was ego, which is times 6. So that's 30 plus 10, 40 points of damage to Siren
Okay.
as gravity forces like blast into you.
At 29 health.
Omen.
What's up? I'm
I'm a
gonna see him.
ghost.
Yeah. Electricity from their fingers. Yeah, I guess I'm gonna try that again, aren't I?
And Graviton, of course, thinking that he knows what's going on, is shouting things like, "So, a pair of magic users, eh? Well, once I've eliminated you, there'll be no more getting zapped when I'm not watching." Not knowing there's an invisible guy about to do that to him.
All right.
Indeed.
That is an ego check for
Check
Omen.
with edge. Yeah.
I won't get zapped when no one's watching. Takes out the 2 magic users. Hey, who's still zapping me?
Wait a minute. I
Wait a
still got
minute.
zapped.
My
don't like that at
ego won't
all.
allow this.
Aha, it was actually me. I use magic too.
I'm Spartacus.
And my axe. That is a total roll of 13. I'm not sure if it's counting the edge there. I'm not sure how I would make it do that.
You would hit the reroll button.
Okay, then I will re-roll.
It hits, buddy.
You select a dice, I think, from there.
Oh, so sorry.
Yeah, you
did
reroll and then you select a dice, I think.
Okay,
Yeah,
I see.
it allows you to choose which die to reroll.
3, 2, 3, 3, 2, 2. Okay, so right. So if I re-roll, I have to select the dice. I'm gonna say that one and then re-roll. There you go. 16.
That hits.
I
Excellent.
assume my field is still up.
It is still up yet
Cool.
for the moment. Unless you want to spend a massive amount of points, Omen.
Let's see. Can I amplify that with
Because you, for every 2 points of focus you spend, you get an extra +1 to the agility damage bonus.
Sorry, 2. Okay, all right. Let's see. 5. I'll put an extra 10 into that. Sure.
Okay, so that'd be 5 extra points of damage. What
Yeah.
what did you hit on the? What's the marble die?
The Marvel die is 5 total.
Okay.
It's a standard roll, so the total damage is 30, not adding the extra that I dumped into focus there.
That unfortunately bounces off. Because he's got
Ooh.
40 defense on it.
Oh, okay. So it would be right 30 plus 5, right? So 35.
Yeah,
Yeah. Okay, yeah.
30
Ah,
plus the 25 or 5 plus the 25 damage.
yeah.
Yeah.
So when that attack happens, would Graviton realize it's not coming from Siren? Or
Yeah, probably. Yeah, you've got wisdom, so
yeah. So he does sort of like look around, is like, very clever. I don't, considering Omen is like literally unconscious on the ground, he's not gonna probably draw the right conclusions. But yeah, I think actually he'll look over to Pinnacle. Aha! Another wizard, eh?
Ugh. That's all you get is just
Karma, you are up next.
All right, I'm ready and raring. Let's throw up a Vapors of Valtor. Hoya. This one says it creates an inky mist for up to 25 spaces per rank around them. I just want it around him. I
Okay.
don't really need it. I don't need it to cover like a whole lot of space. Mostly, I just want Graviton within a black inky mist. It will block all line of sight for Graviton in case that's, something that Graviton's powers rely on. But later, I can then use the mist to attack him, which is kind of the fun part. So
Ooh.
that is
Alright.
what I would like to do. It doesn't say that I have to. Do I have to still make the ego check to cast it, or is the ego check whenever I attack him?
The EU check would probably be whenever you attack him.
Okay.
Yeah. I can't see that being something necessarily to roll. So the mists kind of form around Graviton, and
I assume not inside my force field, though, right?
no, they like
Oh.
you can't see beyond your force field.
Yes.
Essentially,
There we go.
basically at that point, yeah. So it's
Gotcha.
like it's around you, but it's weird.
Suddenly, you can't see anything. You might
Hmm.
still be in your force field, but there's something clouding your vision.
Northern Pike.
Does this force field protect anybody from like it protects against attacks? But what if somebody's just trying to slip in? Does it protect against that?
That is a good question. I would say probably not necessarily,
Yes.
depending on like what you are when you slip in. Like if you're, say, for example, water particles.
Well, yeah. What I'm basically thinking is that Northern Pike is seeing that attacks themselves are not really hitting. So what she's going to want to do is she's going to want to use her plasticity. And I think she's only going to transform that part into water, her arm, and reach out with the arm, just to slowly move the arm into basically near like the bottom of that force field area, just so that it's within the force field, but she's not actually making any moves just yet. She wants to be sneaky, and she does have combat trickery. I don't know. Oh no, that's a reaction, sorry. I think she does have a stealthy thing going on. If I remember correctly, I added stealthy to her. Sneaky. I added a trait of sneaky.
Okay.
So I have an edge on agility checks when sneaking around.
Okay. Yeah, I would say that would apply. Give me let's go with a dexterity against Graviton's dexterity defense. Just sort
Wait,
of like,
I have melee,
sorry,
vigilance,
yeah, an
ego, logic.
agility check. Sorry,
Okay.
dexterity, melee. It's the same thing, really.
Okay.
Throwing hands.
16.
That makes it through. So you're just using this particular round to kind of
Well, I
like
don't have another action, do I? Like I wouldn't be able
you
to
do
do
not.
more than okay, so I'll leave it there with the hope that the sneakiness means that he doesn't see it until my next turn. And I hope he's too busy with everything that everybody else is doing.
Too busy with everybody else trying to get at him. Pinnacle, you are speaking of trying to get at him,
Oh,
and you flew over here to fight him last round, which I forgot to do.
I do one thing.
All right, so
For now. I have not yet reached my pinnacle of abilities, but for now I can only do one thing because I'm moving.
mostly Pinnacle, yeah.
Yeah, I can't do anything. So I'm gonna try the exact same thing in the end.
Melee attack.
Come on, more damage. I need more from you.
What's the roll?
Oh, I do hit, but it's not enough damage to do anything.
Another hit kind of deflects off of the gravity well that is surrounding Graviton.
This time, he flashes back to being tossed out of a back door and just into the snow.
Siren.
Oh, it's me again. You know what? Screw it. I'm at like 29 health. I know it's not gonna work. However, I think it would be funny if I tried to establish a telepathic link.
Might work.
I have
It
concepts of
might
a
work.
plan. I have
Possibility.
concepts of a plan.
Logic check against the target's vigilance defense if they are an unwilling participant.
Think so. I think so. I
Uh,
don't.
Graviton's vigilance defense is 16.
Yep. But you do have a +4 on your logic check.
We can hope and pray. Got 17.
Hey.
Yeah, it does it. What are you going to be putting into Graviton's mind?
I didn't think I would get this far.
Knock knock.
If you're sifting through his surface thoughts, the thing that he's probably most concerned with, I don't know if does he know what it looks like?
Yeah, it's kind of like a spherical thing, roughly the size of like one of the smaller bowling balls that doesn't have any of like the finger holes in it. But it's kind of like it moves around. It kind of like it's in flux, but it's spherical. And that's what you see, Siren, at the beginning.
Work. Okay. I you know what, we're already here. We'll try and go for a command.
Okay.
Please
That would
let wait, I
be
need to do it in the share voice. Please let my friend go.
logic
Please.
check against the target's logic defense.
This is okay.
My logic defense is 17.
Okay, well,
Good number.
yeah, no, that's not hitting 14.
Graviton just sort
Yep.
of shakes his head.
I made an attempt, guys. I don't know.
You did great.
Speaking of Graviton,
Is it his turn?
it is his
Uh-oh.
turn.
Well, he thinks he's finally located the source of the pain and suffering that he's felt from that one attack, not realizing that, of course, it's actually the guy he knocked out on round 1. But he thinks it's Pinnacle, so he's going to go blast on Pinnacle, and he is going to spend Yeah, he's going to spend 40 focus on this
Oof.
for an additional 20 damage, if possible.
This is going to require some more math on my part. So,
Uh,
give me the
This is
As
an
a-
ego
for
attack.
Yeah.
As a wee bitty reminder, you're surrounded by the vapors of Valator, so there's an inky mist surrounding you that blocks all line of
Oh,
sight.
that is true.
But he's
Well,
right beside him.
He's
That
right.
is true. That is
he's
also
right
true.
up, He's up at
Yeah.
the edge of my force field, so I assume can I see him?
Yeah, you'd be
Yeah.
able
Okay.
to, like, if you couldn't
I'm
see
banging
him,
against it. I'm.
You're okay, yeah, because he's within 5 spaces for sure. Yes, so you
if
do
you
see
couldn't see
him.
him, you would
Okay.
see like the kind of like hits that the force field is taking. So he would be basically like your primary target anyway.
Yeah, it's
that
actually
makes sense.
fortunate for everybody else that I can see him, because if I couldn't see him, I'd just do another Nova Blast. Or Super But because he can see him and he thinks that he's the one that's been hurting him, he is going to use a blast. As I say, going to spend 40 focus,
Which
for
is
an
an extra 20 points.
Yep.
Yeah.
And this will be an ego attack. Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. 5 on the Marvel die, 4, total of 11, takes it up to, with the bonus, 18.
That is
18 to hit me.
against your agility.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that hit you?
Oh yeah.
Okay. So, all right. Now I get to do math. What is on the marble die, Graviton? 5.
5 on the Marvel die.
5 on the marble die. You have an ego multiplier of 6. But for the defense, Pinnacle has a -2. So that'd be times it by 4. So 20 plus
And then-
20
There you go.
equals 40 points of damage to Pinnacle. This hurts.
You said 40 or 50?
40. 40.
I don't know why. I don't know why I put 50. I was hurting myself more than I needed to.
I can
Don't
spend
be-
another 5 points of focus if you want.
Hey,
No, no, no,
Hey, we're
Dude.
having fun here. We're having
Dude.
fun.
Don't beat
We're all
yourself
friends,
up
we're all
over it,
friends.
Pinnacle. It's fine. Don't worry about it. Omen, you are up next.
Okay.
When these rolls start to get better, let me tell you.
So Omen can see like from the astral plane the glimmers and shadows, almost like the after effect of his friends facing this enemy and like not like they're doing damage, but he's taking his toll also. And he doesn't have a lot of like magical energy, kind of like maintaining his connection to be able to like have an effect. So he's going to start to speak to the artifact that's in full control. You can't hear Omer, but you can hear the responses from the artifact saying, "Are you certain?" "Very well. A bold action indeed, young Squire." And I am going to conjure the bolts of Balthak again, and I have 25 focus left.
Okay.
I am. It costs 5 focus to cast it. I am going to pump the remaining 20 into this attack also,
Okay.
which means I can't do anything else after this. But when you gotta go, you gotta go.
And it is also on an edge as well. So if you want to reroll.
Let's see. He still has the force field up, right?
Yeah.
On the edge, you re-roll and you have to take the second.
You have to take. Yeah, it would be
yeah,
it would be whichever one's higher. It's kind of like rolling
advantage. Okay,
advantage.
Got it.
In D&D.
So I'm going to re-roll the lowest die there. And I will take the one that is higher. I rolled a 16.
That is enough to hit.
Okay. Let's see. And it's an extra point of damage for every 2 points of focus spent, right?
So it'd be plus 10 to whatever.
So it'll be plus 10 for a total of 45.
That takes it down.
Takes down the shield.
So just like his whole form becomes like shards of broken swords and blades made out of spectral energy, and they all go into his force field and against him.
Nice. So that takes down the shield. Graviton is now exposed the elements.
He says to Pinnacle, I didn't even see him move.
The last thing that Omen says before he loses his effect on the material plane completely is Thor, don't make me laugh.
Karma. There's now you actually see the mists that you had surrounding Graviton kind of move in a little bit. As if because the bolts fly in and the shield that Graviton was using to protect himself is now dissipated.
Yeah. Well, I feel like now's a good time to do that attack with my Vapors of Valtor. Just saying. Also, this card is very cool.
Oh, that's really dope.
It's really rad. I was like, this has to be the Vapors of Valtor card. Because, like, look at that.
It looks fake. Like, that's how good it looks fake.
It is from a, what's this called? This deck is called...
Get that
it's
AI
weird because the
generated
names
stuff
on the
out
back.
of here. What is this?
It's the Adventurous Tarot deck, so it's actually a D&D inspired deck type thing.
The Vapors of Valtor, that wouldn't do any damage.
No, but it does.
Make an
ego check against the target's vigilance defense. On a success, the attack does regular damage.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. It just takes 2 turns because I have to cast it, and then I can attack with it on my next turn.
Okay. Yeah. So
gotcha.
You make the ego check against the vigilance defense.
Yeah.
Vigilance is 16 defense.
Oh, 20.
Nice.
Now, here's a question. I hate to do this because you just got that force field down. Does he have a reaction to protect himself with this?
He would have a reaction, yes.
Okay, well, it's not going to be the expensive, really powerful one because he's getting pretty low on focus. So it will just be elemental sphere to protect himself from this, which costs no focus.
If I rolled a 6 on my Marvel die, does that give me anything or no?
That I think would give you extra damage.
Okay.
Okay, so spear. Let's do an ego check when you form the sphere. We'll
Ego
compare
check?
that to what Karma's attack did, and then.
Oh, I
see
don't
who
think.
comes in.
I think this is Graviton's no good, terrible day.
What did you roll?
Well, you know, it's like it's fine. It's like an 8 total, but I don't think that's going to beat.
That does not. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so.
Oh my gosh.
So for Karma, you did a fantastic success, right?
A 2, a 6, and a 6 plus 6.
That was. Yeah, that's the Vapors of Valtor. I clicked on the right thing.
Yep.
So you got a Marvel. Does it say for damage what you did on that?
It says 24.
24. That's actually double damage
Woohoo!
because that's a fantastic success. So that would be 48. And it
And
binds the target for 1 turn.
yeah, you can't
40.
see
That's
sir.
48 damage.
Yes.
48 damage, yeah.
He has 2 health left.
We're getting down there. We're getting down
Yeah.
there.
I'm just for effect. I'm just gonna give me just a second here. I'm just gonna just sink them down just a little bit there. There you go, buddy. There you go. All right,
So,
that's great.
as the vapors are damaging him, and he just starts screaming. It's like,
That was a bit loud again. Sorry.
sorry, in the sorry,
too
so I
good
don't
at
get
your
sound
job.
gated.
It's magic.
So Northern Pike, since you were trying to kind of weave your water into Graviton's kind of spear of gravity, there was like a little puddle forming that was basically your hand, but the sphere has disappeared, so your hand and the water kind of go down a bit. What do you want to do from there?
Well, given that he has only 2 health left, I was going to try and do a blast from inside. That would have been awesome because it would have just like exploded the whole bubble, but I'm going to actually just do a reverse punch with that hand. I'm basically the hand goes back up to about knee height on Graviton. So anybody who's watching who isn't Graviton would basically see the hand coming up like this, and it's almost like a cousin it thing, like. And it just like goes like that, and just reverse punch with water. Like all you see is this water that is shaped into a fist, and it just hits. Or well, we'll see if it hits.
We'll see if it hits.
And he does
Hold
not
on.
have he does not have a reaction left, I don't think. So
No.
nope.
So what am I? It's ego, right? Or not
It is
ego?
a
It's melee. Yeah.
melee attack.
Yep.
Let's see.
Okay,
Reverse
we do this.
punch. You're well within range of that. Where is it?
A result of 12.
That's enough, I think.
That is enough.
Yay!
And there's damage. This time I rolled it correctly, and there's a damage of 8.
That takes him
That
to
is-
-6.
That is Graviton.
And
Go ahead.
she basically just says, New Orleans is sinking, and I don't want to swim.
Oh, the tragically hit. Blow!
And with that, Graviton is knocked unconscious and he falls to the ground.
And he's also a tragically hip fan.
Yeah. Canonically,
Well,
now,
he's Canadian.
Graviton.
He is Canadian.
It's canon.
I mean, just by osmosis, he's a Canadian of a certain age. He'd know that.
And we are now out of initiative, and we are also pretty much at the point where we will be calling this particular episode to a close. So for the next episode, everyone will be dealing with paperwork. We'll just all be standing around watching Karma deal with the paperwork of
A
Graviton
mountain.
came in and
Yeah, we totally don't have to deal with the giant portal that's still open.
knocks down Graviton. There we go.
Hey, look, there's a close-up of that computer screen that you really like, Darryl.
Yeah. So, thank you everyone for watching, for donating bits and subscriptions and donating to charity the charity run that we have going on right now. Yeah, so thank you all for that. And we will do a quick roundtable of everyone. Tell everybody where you're going to be at, what you're doing, how are things, how's life, the cat, whatever. Let's start with our special guest, Mark Meer.
Hello. Hey, everybody. You can find me online, of course. I am Mr. Mark Meer on Instagram. I am Mark_Meer on the shambling corpse of what used to be known as Twitter. And I'm coming up the next trip that I'm doing is going to be to Australia for PAX Australia, where I'll be doing some stuff with Chaosium as well as some other folks. And following that, at the end of October and into November, I'm going to be at D&D in a Castle back in the UK at Lumley Castle in just near Newcastle, actually. So looking forward to both of those. And thank you again for having me.
Thanks for doing it.
Thank you for playing.
Everyone forgets that Graviton is a Canadian. He was my first choice when you said this was a Canadian game.
It's
I'm
true.
still, I'm still just happy I guessed it.
I sent Mark a message and I was like, is there any like villains that you would like to play? And he was like, Graviton, he's Canadian. And I'm like, really? And let me Google that. Let me check that. What? Next up is Mikyla.
Hey, I was your Cher impersonator for the night. I had so much fun. But hi, my name's Cosmic. You can find me on Twitter and Instagram. If you're in the DMV, I do serviceable drag. Or I'm not always playing a bad Cher impersonator. I also do Mariah Carey.
Also just barely passing.
Next up, Alain.
Hello. I am Alain. You can find me as always on the internet playing tabletop actual plays on the Quest Keep channel on Twitch and YouTube. You can find me playing around in things like Hero Forge and Tailspire on my own Twitch channel, Jin17. That is DJINNXVII. Sorry, I do have a special word, but I might have to search around a bit. So please let the other fine folks say where we can find them.
All right, we'll come back to Alain in just a few minutes. Darryl is up next.
Hi, I'm Darryl. I played Pinnacle and I was rolling for crap. I put it in the messenger. Hey, remember when I was getting a fantastic on every single roll for goons with 10 points, and then Graviton shows up and I crap the bed. This is PG-13. That's why I'm saying crap. You can find me on, you can find all of my important links on darryldorsey.card.co. To be specific, on Twitter, I still call it Twitter, I refuse to call it X, Mr._Darryl Dorsey on Twitter and on Instagram. Those are the places I'm most active. And also, in general, thank you for having me to play, Steve.
Thanks for coming. And Leona.
That's me. Hello, everyone. My name is Leona Maple. You can find me all over the internet at the Leona Maple or theleonamaple.card.co. Next, you will see me on Neon Lights Roleplay. Once a month, we play The World Within You, which is a Void Heart Symphony game where we are magical, ordinary folks who are saving the world, and it's a great time. So, love to have you there. Other than that, feel free to check me out on socials, follow me on Twitch, Twitter, whatever you like, and keep up with all of my shenanigans. Because I probably try to post them everywhere I can.
Wait a minute. Magical folks that save the world. That sounds familiar.
Power Rangers?
It's much more Jet Set Radio vibes than this game. So, it's a great show, though. Y'all should check it out.
And Joanna.
Hello, my name is Joanna, and I go as Hyrule Gardener on the various socials. You will find me here playing various World of Darkness games and, putting up with it. Yeah, that's it. Follow everybody here. Thank you, Mark, for being awesome. And
thank you, Mark.
Thank you.
And that's
thank all of you.
I don't think Alain is back yet. So I'm Storyteller Steve. This guy's Storyteller Steve. So if you want to help out the channel, you can do that in a number of ways. If you are watching this on YouTube,
did somebody say storytelling? Hello, everybody. It's Alain the Mad Lee here. here to tell you thank you, true believers, for joining us on this another fine and thrilling adventure of Marvel Multiverse. Now, there's something I want to say to the kids, to the youngsters out there. We've seen a lot of high-flying action in this episode, with heroes and villains alike throwing fisticuffs. And of course, we have other Marvel titles as well that demonstrate masters of the mystic and martial arts. For example, we have the Savage Fists of Kung Fu, which is one of our noble heroes, Shang-Chi, the master of Kung Fu, the deadly hands of Kung Fu even. We also have, of course, heroes like Black Panther. Black Panther here, he's a master of foot and claw. Choop, choop, choop. That's what the folks say. We also got, of course, Iron Fist, the immortal weapon from Kunlun. Look at those high flyers go. And the one thing all of these martial arts heroes know is that you don't use your skills against your friends and the ones you love. In fact, you don't want to use them against anyone. What you want to do is find ways to dissolve tense situations of combat using our words. De-escalation is key. Don't go out there looking for a fight. You're out there looking for friends and other true believers to enjoy Marvel comic books with. And of course, if you enjoy some from our distinguished competition across the street. That being said, get out there, live life safely, and Excelsior!
Excelsior!
It's gotten better each time.
I'm just so glad that not only were props involved, like the comics, but also mentioning of the distinguished competition across the street.
That was good.
Thank you.
Full props for that.
Hats off.
All right. So this guy is still Storyteller Steve. If you want to help us out, if you're on YouTube, it is free to subscribe. If you are watching on Twitch, it is free to give us a follow. If you want to send a little bit of cash our way, a subscription on Twitch is a couple of bucks, and a membership on YouTube is a couple of dollars, and you can watch episodes early. So if you're watching this on Twitch right now, you can go to our YouTube probably tomorrow and watch the next episode if you are one of our members. And you can also watch it on our Patreon. So we've got the episodes about a week early for those. Or you could buy stuff from our merch shop like this, which is our VBN stuff. We also have stuff that I'm not allowed to mention because this is a PG-13 thing, but it involves the Zemissi clan and the correct way of actually saying that clan's name. It's a whole thing. It's a bit. If you watch our vampire stuff, it's a bit. And if you are you're watching us right now, we will have it up probably until the end of the year. We have a charity drive going on right now. So we're trying to help the charity that will be set up. I'm not going to mention what the name of the charity is just yet. I will have that in the chat. It's all set up. I've got it prepared. It's a bit of a secret to me right now. So we will see you in our next episode, which there probably isn't going to be quite as much excitement. There's going to be a lot of paperwork. But yeah, we will see you next week where we come back to the heroes and the unconscious graviton who will be put into the hands of Department H, and there's probably going to be super villainous shakings of fists, etc. So we will see you next week, and yeah, make mine Marvel, I suppose, would be the way to do it. Have a good night, everybody.